Well, mateys. Looks like I'm back from the dead. Here to haunt YouTube once again. They giveth one back, they taketh one away. Remember when they say all the things they say, like, oy vey, he's been saying all these mean things about us on the YouTubes and stuff, and then we got his channel taken down again, it looks like. Nope, not this channel, not today. Anyways, welcome back, mateys. It's good to have at least one of the channels back. Another one is pending review, and they took down the one I had been using for the past 2 years this morning. However, that one is back up for review to be reinstated. So the war against YouTube continues on, and I was going to continue on trying to, when they delete one, another. And they delete that one, make another. That's how it's been going. So there was a lot of comments on the Epstein documentary I uploaded where people were like, oh my God, you're back. I've been here the whole time. I know this is going to sound crazy, but when they delete my channel, here's how you find me again. You type Titus Frost into the search bar on YouTube, and then you'll see whatever channel I've created after they deleted whatever channel they deleted. It's just how it works. So with that being said, we have this channel for as long as it's up. And mind you, I am on all the alternate platforms. So those never ban me because I'm not doing anything wrong. Just uploading controversial political topics. So, with that being said, last live stream I tried to do on the other channel is about Charlie Kirk and what I thought happened with him. And I was going over like the various theories people had come up with. Obviously, I'm not discounting any of them. I just find them all interesting, and I give them varying levels of what percentage I think they may actually have happened. But if I had to pick one, we all have to pick like what theory fits our reality and what we've seen the best. And that is still, he was assassinated with a shot from behind, and most likely by Israel before he turned on Israel and started talking against them, because they didn't want Turning Point USA to be turned into a friend zone. So they got rid of the dude, and then they turned him into a martyr for Israel. And it just makes too much sense that that's what happened. Like, the ballistics look like it was a shot from behind, that it's an exit wound there you see in the video. All those kinds of things. I know there's other theories out there, but I don't give them as much credence as that theory. And it could have been done by like the old world order characters, the more Anglo-American Empire ones, and then made it look like it was done by the Israeli European banksters. But I don't know. We haven't really seen like a cleansing out of the Israeli infiltration into critical infrastructure since. Like, I know probably a lot of you aren't familiar with this information. It is in the Epstein documentary. But, hold on, big hill. United States is completely infiltrated, not just like in politics and in banking, but the actual critical infrastructure that runs the country. So all the operating systems, most of it is like Microsoft. And Microsoft moved all of its R&D centers to Israel, which means those operating systems are core-coded over in Israel, which means the Israelis have hardware-level backdoor access into all U.S. critical infrastructure systems like Government 365, the FBI, all of these different institutions are infiltrated, and it's a national security crisis because, like, Israel may be our ally, but it's a foreign nation. And if the United States is going to be a sovereign country, then we have to have, our critical infrastructure secure from any foreign actor. And one of the things about Israel, which makes it so dangerous to allow them access to our critical infrastructure, is, well, there's multiple reasons. One is, for a tiny country, which Israel is a very, very small country in terms of arms productions, they are one of the largest exporters of arms to China. So at the same time that we are trying to turn the Taiwan Strait into a hellscape to keep China from invading Taiwan by like 2027, the Israelis have been beefing up and selling all types of technology to the Chinese. And at the same time, Russia, when the Cold War ended, something like 15 million Soviets moved from the Soviet Union to Israel, which completely changed the landscape politically of Israel and made it much more communist. And with that, you have all of these Soviet communists now in Israel working, a lot of them in high-tech industry. And they've always hated the United States, and they loved communism, and they loved taking down the West. And now you see Israel using its influence over US politicians and other countries, like the European Union and all this. You see them using their influence over these things to import immigration and to destroy these countries from within. It's like revenge for the pogroms of hundreds of years ago. And if you think that's like far-fetched, it's not. They had some guy recently calculate the amount of interest, I shit you not, the amount of interest that Spain owed Israel because of the pogroms in like the 1400s. And some little Jewish guy was like, oh, I get to calculate the interest from 1400? Holy shit, this is going to be the greatest day of my life. He got to like the 1600s. Oh, it's too much interest. I can't even contain myself. We're getting into it's going to be trillions of dollars in interest. That's exactly how that went down. They finally got to the number at the end, and it was like $18 trillion that the bankrupt country Spain owes Israel. Okay. At the same time, the politicians that are all subservient to the Israeli state are just importing countless third world, low IQ migrants into all of these countries. And there's like multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons for that is because these people serve Satan and they hate the white race because the white race is the lost tribes of Israel. So they've tried to steal the inheritance of the white races of the earth, claim themselves as God's chosen people, and then wipe God's chosen people off the map by importing third world people and race mixing. That's what's going on, So, anyways, with all this happening, there has to be some sort of voices out there speaking against this stuff like mine, because there aren't very many people talking about this in any sort of normal way. You'll get the Nick Fuenteses out there, and Nick Fuentes is, openly racist and all these kinds of things because he's a Fed, and they've always done that. The Feds are always the ones that are not censored, and when they are censored, they get promoted by like every person on earth. They'll be brought on to do interviews and all types of stuff. The people they really censor are people like me, where all of a sudden their channel disappears and no one mentions it. No one is like, oh, hey, remember that guy that we all wanted to be on his show when he had like thousands of subscribers? Oh yeah, we don't give a shit about him anymore. He's gone. He doesn't exist anymore. That's what happens, and then you don't. And then all those subscribers that you have, like all the people watching this that are like, oh, I haven't seen Titus in ages. Well, none of them get to hear my voice anymore. They all get snagged up by these other truthers that were allowed to remain on these platforms. And then when they were silenced, people like Nick Fuentes, they were then interviewed by like Alex Jones and on all types of media and on big podcasts. You know, that's not being censored. If you're making millions of dollars from this shit like Alex Jones, you're not being censored. It's all just a way to capitalize on dissidents. Instead of letting dissidents just run wild and people being disillusioned with the system and disillusioned with the bankers and wanting freedom, what they get is packaged entertainment to get their dissidents guided into buying shit. Oh, you're angry about the New World Order? Here, buy this t-shirt. Oh, hey, you're angry about the New World Order? Smash like. Oh, you're angry about the New World Order? Make sure you subscribe and pay a monthly thing so that we can fight the New World Order for you. It's all horse shit. No one's gonna fight. No one's taking these people out. All they do is bitch and whine and moan on the internet, and they never do anything in person. And that's just how it is. I don't know what else to say. So I'm back. This is the things we've been talking about on my channel for a while. Yeah. It's nice to have you all back here. And I'll try to upload more content more regularly to this channel now that this is my main channel again. All right, take care, everybody. Oh.